Yeah, what do you think the Kings have to do now in the offseason? They made that trade for Fiala, so they're
Yeah.
not necessarily in a bad spot. It's just kind of weird, similar to the Lakers.
Well,
But
it's odd because I feel like they didn't expect to have made this much progress this last season.
oh, no way. Yeah, they thought this
Like
was going to be 2
I
years down the line or something
yeah,
like
I
that.
thought that I was looking at another year of, you know, 12th place or something. Like they're not going to make the playoffs. So when they made the playoffs, or like when they did as well as they did, like I was just like I could not believe that. And for a good part of the year, they're like getting towards the top of the standings. I was like, this is unreal. I think really the thing with them is that they need to prepare to not have a franchise player soon, you know. So it's like there's moves that they make that like they're building a team, but I feel like most teams rebuild and they need to figure out how to build the outer portions, the support part. You know, they know what the foundation is, and I feel like the Kings are the opposite. Like they're in a position where they're not going to have Kobe and Dowdy forever. You know,
Yeah.
if not, very soon. Like so, it's kind of like and it's almost fun to think because it's like in a sense it's like, oh, they get to really try to swing for a home run. You might get a new hero come to town, you
Mhm.
know. Maybe they'll that I think their next step is figuring out how to make some magic and finally pull like an Eichel McDavid type of guy, because they're going to need somebody that's going to be their foundation now.
Yeah, and I think the first wave of that is Dustin Brown retiring after the season. Jonathan Quick
Yes.
isn't getting much younger.
Yeah.
Dowdy's coming off that injury that ended his season. And, I think this is kind of like an exciting time to be a Kings fan, I would feel like, because you get to at least throw some younger players into the mix and see what the veterans have left. And so
Yes.
it's like it's a completely new like type of team that if they do contend, it's like, oh my God, it's separate from those Stanley Cup winning teams.
Yeah, I think that winning was kind of a bonus. Like having a good season was a bonus, but like I think it's fun because of the uncertainty. Like you're getting these guys like Arvidssons and guys and then having guys come up like Byfield, and it's like, wow, this is exciting, but it's like you could feel it that they need a star and they're going to have to go out and get one. And it's like, it's exciting because it's like, who's going to be our guy,
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I look forward to is how they start to begin that hunt, which they kind of have to do now. I think, like Dowdy's availability, this is the first time it's ever really been like questionable, and then you start to come to the realization that like, man, it's been a while, he's not Dowdy from like the cups, anymore. I mean, he probably is when he plays, but it's like, that he's not going to do that for much longer.
And he's
Kobe,
not interested in a rebuild. It sounds like he is not interested in just tanking and just acquiring picks.
Yes. And then saying, and with Kobe the same way. So it's kind of like, eventually they're going to have to try to swing big on some fresh blood. And it's exciting. It reminds me of when we got Gretzky when I was a little kid. It's like they have to eventually grab somebody who's going to be the foundation. And I don't think that they're going to be in a position to draft that guy. Like they're not bad enough to pick that high, and they're on an upswing as far as building the team. So it's almost like it's going to have to be a free agent or a trade or something like that, or like a disgruntled star who wants out, something like that, and then it's like, in come the Kings. Like that'll be what happens, I think. So I'm excited to see who it'll be.
Well, I don't think it'll be hard to convince a player to, hey, come on down to Los Angeles. I don't think many players
especially with, like multiple cup wins in the last generation and like a winning culture, and the fan base is strong, like they pack Staples Center a lot, for the last 10 years or so. So the stigma of California hockey is not there anymore, at least with LA. Maybe a little bit with Anaheim, but with LA, you feel like these are diehard hockey fans, like old schoolish hockey fans. So I feel like now it feels like a destination. Yeah, there's a couple Stanley Cups in the trophy room. You know, it's a glamour franchise. You know, they're traditionally very loyal to their players. You know, you look at Dustin Brown and all these guys, like, man, they really treat them good. They keep them around. So I'm excited to see what kind of star will bite on that.